Judge Judy. Andrea Yataw says ex-boyfriend James Safford owes for a credit card bill and unfinished renovations to her mother's home. James says Andrea has been hacking his emails.
You seem to indicate in this email, Mr. Stafford, that the reason that you were offering money to Monsieur Tao is that you didn't want her mother to be out of money. When did her mother give you money?
I had a financial hold on a transcript I was trying to get sent to transferring from one college to another. So she offered to help me out with getting the transcript sent there because it would have affected my enrolling in school for September.
And how much did she give you?
It was $550 something, I think.
Is that right?
Yes.
Has he returned that money to you?
No, he hasn't.
Well, do you think you should return that to her?
Yeah, one of the things that I had mentioned about returning the money to her mother when we had a conversation was that it initially was agreed that it was not to be returned. And it wasn't changed until our agreement changed, until things changed with us. Everything all of a sudden changed, and now I want money for this, I want money for that.
Well, I mean, you can understand that, Mr. Stafford, because when her mother gave you the money, she thought you and her daughter were building a future together. And she said, I don't want your future to suffer. I mean, I assume that's common sense. I don't want your future to suffer because you can't get these transcripts released. I'm going to give you the money that you need to do it, right? But it seems that in your emails, you suggest that you are taking on and assuming that obligation. Mm-hmm. And you even say, I'm going to sell the ring that I'm not giving back to you. Did you do that?
No, I returned it to the place. They gave me a credit.
Look at my eyes and look at my eyes and tell me exactly what you did.
I did.
Look at my eyes.
I returned it for credit, which I actually gave to my mom, and my mother used it to buy something for herself. I couldn't use anything.
What was the credit for the ring?
It was like $2,500.
All right. You plan on giving Monsieur Tao back the $500 so that she can give it to her mother?
For the money I was given for school should be.
Fine. Now, I still haven't figured out what this terrible harassment is and how you relate it to Monsieur Tao.
It was basically the email hacking. I have the 4 dates that Yahoo gave me. Emails were deleted and sent to people, and Yahoo gave me 4 dates, and I addressed
Other than the fact that you believe Monsieur Tao has had the opportunity and inclination to do that, do you have any proof that it was, in fact, she who did it?
They wouldn't give me anything in writing unless I had a court order.
So the answer is no, other than the fact that she had the opportunity, inclination, and probably did it. You don't have any proof that she did it.
Right.
You're going to give her back the $500? She's going to probably give it to her mother. This has nothing to do with the Home Depot bill. No. Home Depot bill is yours. You got your place. What?
When he moved in those...
You know, just a second. You want to speak to me? Stand up here. You don't want your money?
I have...
You don't want... I'm asking you, do you want your money or not?
Yes.
If this money is given to you, it's given to you so that we can, in the nature of judicial expediency, so that you're not in a position to ever sue him. Right. Again, this is the money that he took from you in order to get his transcripts released, which he acknowledges here that he intends to pay you for.
He intended to pay me for the Home Depot credit card. That's also one of the emails.
No, my dear. Maybe he's not swift, but I am. The agreement with him was that the two of you were going to share this new computer.
But he took my laptop.
Speaking! You purchased it, and the agreement was that he was going to pay one bill, according to you, and you were going to pay this bill. You paid the bill for your computer, and you kept the computer. Now, if he agreed to pay the Home Depot bill and your mother wants to give him the condo, that's fine.
The repairs didn't need to be made.
They didn't need to be made.
He had convinced us to do them and then said, I will pay for it. It wasn't even... It's not
Monsieur
even...
Tao, grow up. Do you want your money or not? The answer is simple.
No, but he ripped a... Say, he'd made repairs and he ripped a wall out and left it that way. It was exposed.
We had to pay to get
it fixed.
Then you made a mistake in judgment by saying, go ahead and do it. Then you made a mistake in judgment.
I did.
Good.
I said I'd marry.
Well, then you learn from it and you go on. But not every mistake in your judgment is a court case.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Andrea Yataw says ex-boyfriend James Safford owes for a credit card bill and unfinished renovations to her mother's home. James says Andrea has been hacking his emails.
Sometimes you make a mistake in judgment and you just have to say,
what about
I'm not going to do this again.
What about the ring that was my property?
No, it wasn't. It was an engagement ring. It was not your property.
I didn't break the engagement. He
doesn't make any difference who broke the engagement. Monsieur Tao, it does not. It does not. The ring, an engagement ring, is given in contemplation of getting married. Last I heard, the two of you did not get married. I mean, if the engagement was broken, rather than having a bad marriage, that's a good thing.
Oh, yes, of
That's
course
a good thing.
Thank God.
So the ring does not belong to you until after you say, I do. But if your mother wants her money back, then the two of you can go on your respective life's paths without ever having to come into contact with each other again. I'm going to give her back her money, and you're prepared to do that. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $500. That's what. Step out.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
He never gave me a reason for leaving. Now he says I cheated on him. That's not true.
Someone cheats on you and then sends you emails that says they cheated on you, and they're right here, but I guess I just didn't need them to show the judge.
His girlfriend gave me a nice, emailed me and said that I was hacking into the email and that I was deleting emails necessary for court and that I was crazy.
It was kind of getting ridiculous. Someone was changing his password 3 times, and the only emails missing were the ones that she had sent him in correspondence.
She thinks that I've been chasing him around clubs and bars. I've seen him once since we broke up.
Every time going out places, her coming up to him, and as soon as seeing him with me, leaving at bars and stuff, thank God it's over.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Sheffield versus Mesa. Step forward, please.
Mediator Nicole Sheffield is suing ballet teacher Antonio Mesa for damaging her car when he pushed it with his vehicle. Antonio claims Nicole was blocking his alleyway.
Miss Sheffield, it is your claim that the defendant damaged your car.
Yes, ma'am.
He damaged your car after you had parked it in an alleyway.
That is correct.
Looking at that diagram, which car is yours?
I'm assuming...
Why don't you show me, Mr. Mesa, which car was hers?
Right here, ma'am. This one.
The red one or the blue one?
The red one.
Is that a single-lane alleyway?
Oh, yes.
And your house is there? Okay.
It's the only way. All right.
I'm a smart woman, Mr. Mesa.
Okay.
I got
understand.
it.
I know.
Mr. Mesa pushed your car.
That is my understanding, yes, ma'am.
You weren't there?
No, ma'am. I was inside the school that's a block away.
The Forest Park Elementary School.
That is correct, yes, ma'am.
What were you doing there?
Picking up my stepdaughter from school.
How dare you park in an alleyway like that?
That was the only place to park during that time. There were other vehicles parked around the school and on the street.
You parked in a situation where he couldn't get out of his house and nobody else behind your car could get out of their house if they had to in an emergency.
I was anticipating not being in the school for a very long period of time.
But you were in the school for a long period of time.
I happened to be in the school for approximately 15, 20 minutes.
Well, that's too long, Miss Sheffield. What would you have this man do? He came out of his house. He had according to him, you're a musician.
No, I'm a ballet teacher.
A ballet teacher.
Instructor.
And you had students that you were going to meet.
Yes, ma'am.
And you came out of your house and you saw the car blocking the alleyway.
Wait, 10 minutes.
Just a second. You're her witness?
Yes, ma'am.
Stand up, sir. And according to her, you're a peace officer?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you know her from before this incident?
No, ma'am, I did not.
Oh. Is it correct that her car was blocking the alleyway?
Yes, ma'am, it was.
That's outrageous, isn't it, sir?
It's a ticket fence.
It's outrageous.
Yes, ma'am.
What would happen if there was a child in one of those houses that required an ambulance, otherwise they were going to die in 5 minutes?
They would be trapped.
Right. So what do you think a court should do for her?
I explained to her that she would probably end up getting a ticket for parking in that alley. However, he did use his vehicle to push her car, physically push it out.
He took his car after he waited, according to him, for how many minutes, sir?
10 minutes. 10, at least 10.
And you honked the horn?
Yes, ma'am.
He did honk the horn?
Yes, ma'am. That's what caught my attention.
And he waited?
Yes, ma'am.
And he waited?
Yes, ma'am.
And she didn't come out?
She did not come out.
And he pushed her car?
First he got out of his vehicle after laying on the horn. I was unsure of what was going on. I thought it was a car alarm. I had pulled over, and I had my children from school as well. I had pulled over.
Just a second. So you were off duty?
Yes, ma'am.
And you had your children in the car?
Yes, ma'am.
From the same Forest Park Elementary School?
Yes, ma'am.
How did you get your children from the school?
I sat in line and picked them up.
Sat in line?
Yes, ma'am.
In your car?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that what most of the parents do?
Some of them, yes.
And what do the other ones do?
They park in the area.
They park what?
They park in the area and walk up to pick up their children.
Was this the only car parked in the alley?
That was the only car parked in that alley, yes, ma'am.
May I say something, Judge Judy?
Sure, Miss Sheffield. You understand I'm not sympathetic with you.
I do understand that at this point. But the reason why I did not park on the street is because I do have a picture. There's a sign that says no parking on pavement.
Listen, I don't care if you park on Pluto. Everyone who drives a car has been in a situation where somebody who is discourteous, like you are, and not thinking about other people, only about themselves, and only about their needs, and not the needs of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably 6 people who might have an emergency. You had no emergency.
No, ma'am. It wasn't an emergency.
No emergency. But about the people who might have an emergency there, a medical emergency, a physical emergency, you didn't think about anybody else. The only thought you had was your needs. This man didn't ram your car. He didn't flatten your tires. He didn't smash your windshield. He said, I waited 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I'm pushing this car out of the way, and I have to get to my students. And if your car was damaged, deal with it. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Matter of Valdez Park versus Duran. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat, please.
Who used to be married to this defendant?
I was.
Your name is?
Michael Valdez, ma'am.
Mr. Valdez, Mr. Parks is your domestic partner.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that right? And according to your complaint, you and the defendant were divorced 7 or 9 years ago?
9 years ago, ma'am.
You had 2 children together?
Yes.
And the divorce granted you custody of your 2 children, who you have raised since that time?
Yes.
It is your claim that your former wife, because she is not happy with your lifestyle, has called in a series of false reports to Child Protective Services, and you want to be compensated for that harassment.
Yes, ma'am.
In addition, she forged your name to a housing application, and she indicated that one of the children who was in your custody, because you don't have any other children, is that right?
I have a little girl, but she's in Virginia right now.
Well, you don't have any other children with him?
No, just gave me.
And she needed to have some child that was in her care in order to get an apartment, so she forged your name to an application that indicated that your son was in fact living with her.
Yes.
Mr. Rand said that you knew that she was going to forge your name. That's number 1. And number 2, she called Child Protective Services, which she has an absolute right to do because she was concerned for her children. That's your defense?
Yes, it is.
Okay. How long did you live together?
6 years.
How old are your children?
15 and 11.
How old were they when you were divorced?
Michael was 3 and Gabrielle was 7.
Was it a contested divorce with regard to the issue of custody?
No, ma'am.
You have what kind of problem, Mr. Rand?
Well, the only reason why he got custody is because I made a mistake and signed a piece of paper giving him custody because of the things that he told me. He told me he could get more benefits from the VA for our children at the time.
Mr. Rand, listen to me very carefully, madam. You have another child?
Yes, I do.
Child doesn't live with you?
No.
There's a reason for that. There is a reason that you have 3 children and none of them live with you. So you want to tell me what that reason is?
Yeah, the one reason, because the 2 kids from him, is because I made a mistake and signed a piece of paper. The second one was I was in an abusive relationship and left the state of Virginia with my child to take care of her.
So what you're telling me is it's somebody else's fault that you don't have custody of your 3 children. Is that what you're telling me?
It's my fault because I left the state of Virginia.
Somebody else's fault because you were in an abusive relationship, because he told you something that was not true. That's why you don't have custody of your children. You ever been in a drug rehab program?
No, I haven't.
Do you need one?
No, I don't.
Have you ever been drug tested?
Yes, I have.
By a court?
Yes, I have.
Have you ever had a positive drug test by a court? When was the last time you had a positive drug test by a court?
A year ago.
And what was it positive for?
Marijuana.
Anything else?
No.
When was the first time you were drug tested?
A year ago.
That was the only time you were ever drug tested by a court?
Yes.
In conjunction with what? Your custody, visitation, what?
It had nothing to do with that.
You mean you just went to court to be drug tested?
I called DCFS because of the things that they were doing to my son.
What kind of a report did you make to Child Protective Services?
I went and I told them what my son and my niece told me. My son told me that Ryan was walking around the house with his pants hanging clear down the front where he can see everything. And he was showing him tattoos of his neck and men on the back of his back, and about just him being around that situation. I didn't think it was right.
How long has your former husband been living with Mr. Parks?
About a year and a half, maybe.
How long?
3 years, ma'am.
How often do you visit with your children?
Well, before Ryan came in...
Do you have a court order of visitation?
No, I do not.
Why not?
because we never had no problems until Ryan came in the picture.
Is that correct, sir?
No, ma'am. I was previously married after Miss Duran, and the same thing was going on with my second ex-wife also. It was very difficult for visitation. She would say she was going to come. The kids would get all excited and be ready to visit, and she wouldn't show up, or she would show up hours later, and the kids would be upset. So we'd make alternate plans and take them bowling or something to get their minds off of the situation. So.
Why was there never a court order of visitation, Mr. Valdez?
At the time, the judge just said that that would be something that you guys deal with at a later time through court.
Do you have a copy of the judgment to divorce?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to see it, please.
So at the time, the judge just said visitation was at my discretion.
When was the last time you paid child support?
We didn't have no set time when I was supposed to pay, but I bought my children stuff.
So
and
are you telling me that in the 9 years that he's had custody of the children, you've never paid child support?
Oh, yeah, I paid
Well, that's
it.
what I want to know. How much have you paid in child support?
I don't know exactly how much I paid, but he went to ORIS a year ago, Ryan did, and told them that I didn't pay child support for a year, which is a total lie, because I gave him my kids stuff and I bought them stuff.
Giving
and that
your
was
kids
agreement
stuff
between us two.
Giving your kids stuff and buying them things is not child support. I'm talking about every week send them $75, $100, $150. And if your answer is, I don't send my children regular child support, and I have never done that, then that's what you answer me. Don't tell me you send them clothes.
Okay, well, my answer is, I don't have a document, but yes, they were garnishing my checks.
So when was the last time that you paid child support?
6 months ago.
But let's say that's true. Why haven't you paid child support in 6 months?
I haven't talked to these guys because they give me a hard time seeing my kids. I meet my daughter at the mall, and I go buy her what she needs, take her to eat and stuff, and that's what I've been doing.
That's neglect.
How could it be neglect?
That's neglect.
How?
When you don't support your children, that's neglect.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Listen, try to open up your ears.
I am. They are open.
Put on your listening ears.
I am.
They do not want to be in your custody.
And later today,
why in the world would you do that? Or why in the world would you get on my hood and kick my tie?
Because you acted like a fool, Mr. Ahern.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Michael Valdez and his boyfriend Ryan Park claim Michael's ex-wife, Marie Duran, filed false charges with Child Protective Services. Michael also says Marie is a deadbeat mom.
How much money have you received from the defendant since you've had custody of the children?
Approximately, in the last 9 years, only like $2,000.
And did you receive that as a result of income deduction orders?
Yes, and income tax. They held their income tax.
Is there currently a child support order?
Yes, ma'am.
May I see the order, please?
We went to court, and I agreed to go below the state standard for the child support.
$207 a month is what you're supposed to be paying. For one child or both?
That's for both. At one time, ma'am, I waived over $12,000 in arrears for her so that she could get a fresh start. And again, she's over $5,000 in arrears again.
Yeah, when I got my settlement, because you wanted half of that, and I gave that to you.
I didn't receive anything.
Yeah.
Half your settlement for what?
I got in a car accident, and he went to ORS, and he signed off on child support, what I owed him, and gave him half of my settlement, so he could have cash
How much
for
did
the
you
kids.
give him?
I got 13. I think I gave him like about 8,000.
You got 13, you gave him more than half.
Yeah.
Show me.
I don't have nothing to show you.
He says he didn't get it. He didn't get
I know he
$8,000.
didn't.
Did you
Yeah,
get
he said a lot of
$8,000?
No, ma'am, I have never received a check from her for that. That was the agreement, yes. When she got her settlement, yes, she would give me half of it, but I never did. I didn't even know she got the settlement.
You did too.
Listen, I want you to tell me about the false paper she filled out for Housing Authority.
I received a phone call from Ms. Duran saying that I want you to write a letter saying that our son Michael lives with her so that she can receive assistance through housing. And I told her, no, I would not do that because not only is that fraud, but as soon as I did that, you would come and pick him up and take him. So I said, no, I would not do that.
Very smart.
And that's not true anyway.
Did you forge his name to a document?
No, he signed it.
Show me. Show me.
I don't have anything to show you. I wasn't even on housing when Michael was there. I'm not on housing now.
There it is, ma'am.
When that happened right there in August, he promised Michael that he would let Michael come live with me because Michael wants to. These two keep me away from him because they know how much he wants to be there. The cops got involved in everything, and he was there in August.
Madam, this is not Mr. Valdez's signature.
Well, he wrote it. He wrote that. And that's not my signature. He wrote that. And he
I don't know. Maybe it's her signature. Who's that?
That's my sister. Why don't you sign it?
Maybe it's her signature, but it's certainly not his signature. I don't know who signed it. Your boyfriend signed it. Your priest signed it. I don't know who signed it, but he didn't sign it. He didn't sign it. It's not his signature.
He brought it over to our apartments where I live and faxed it from the office.
Show me. Show me.
Well, he's got... Wow.
Show me. Show me. What do you have in front of you? You must...
I have a letter from his ex-wife.
If you knew enough to bring evidence, and you knew that this was one of the allegations, Ms. Duran...
I didn't know.
How many calls to Child Protective Services did she make altogether?
Exactly, I don't know. There's been some that they didn't allow her to do the protective orders, but there's been 3 protective orders put against me or Mr. Park.
Can I see them, please?
Yes.
Were they temporary restraining orders?
Yes, ma'am.
Any one of them culminate in a final protective order?
No, ma'am. They've all been dismissed. Or...
May I see them, please?
DCFS. And also there's a dismissal in there that Ms. Duran has filed once again to dismiss the case.
Well, the only reason why I filed through them anyways is because for my son's sake and for his safety.
Nothing came of your
nothing came of it, but...
Nothing came of your allegations. Yeah. Children's Services followed through with each of your allegations, and nothing came of it. The children still remain with their father. Is that right?
Yeah, but they don't want to.
I guarantee you, madam, if your children didn't want to be with their father, they wouldn't be with their father. They're 13 and 15 years... I'm speaking. They're 13 and 15 years old. Yeah. And if your children didn't want to be with their father, they would not be.
And that's why my kids threaten now to run away, that they're going to run away.
Listen to me very carefully, Ms. Duran. You abdicated your role as a mother 9 years ago by allowing your children to stay for the last 9 years with their father. They don't want to be with you. They're 13 and... I'm speaking... They're 13 and 15. They have been interviewed by Child Protective Services on no less than... I'm speaking. Listen, try to open up your ears.
I am. They are open.
Put on your listening ears.
I am.
They have spoken to Child Protective Services in the privacy of offices, not around your former husband or his companion. If they wanted to be in your custody at their age, the court would listen to them. They do not want to be in your custody. They have had an opportunity on no less than 3 occasions, according to these 3 reports.
They didn't ask them if they wanted to come and live with me. They asked them what I reported to them and what was going on.
Are you listening to me very carefully, Ms. Duran? When your children were asked whether they were being abused, I'm speaking, neglected, or in any way put upon by either their father or his companion, neither one of them said that they were. Neither one of them, when they had the opportunity of speaking in private to child protective workers, said to the worker, I really would prefer to live with my mother. They don't have to ask that question. Children who are 13 and 15 are more than capable of making that statement without it being as a result of a question being posed to them, Ms. Duran. They don't want to go and live with you because you are a neglectful parent.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Michael Valdez and his boyfriend Ryan Park claim Michael's ex-wife, Marie Duran, filed false charges with Child Protective Services. Michael also says Marie is a deadbeat mom.
Listen, it sounds to me, Mr. Valdez, that your children have been through a great deal.
Yes, I agree.
A great deal as a result of their mother's behavior, and a great deal as a result of your behavior as well. Would that be a fair statement?
Yes, that is a fair statement.
I mean, without going into particulars, you've been married twice. As far as I know, you finally got your identity straight, right? Yes. Now you know what it is, so you're not going to get married again. I assume that that's true.
That's true.
But your children have borne witness to the whole process.
Yes.
So your children have certain emotional scars as a result of all the processes that they've seen. Their mother's neglect, their father's searching, and whatever happened during the course of that process. And I assume that if your children aren't in counseling, that they will be.
They have been, and the counselor said that he didn't see a reason to see him any longer.
Good. How long were they in counseling? I'm speaking. How long were they in counseling?
6 months.
When?
It's been over a year. And currently they are both seeing the psychiatrist at their individual schools.
Ms. Duran, I am going to suggest to you, madam, that if you were smart, you would petition the court to allow you to be engaged in conjoint therapy with your two children so that they can let you know in the presence of a therapist exactly how they feel. Would you have any objection to that?
No, ma'am.
I'm certain that it would be good for the children.
I agree.
And if she doesn't want to do that, that's her prerogative. But listen to me. You don't have a case against her. She doesn't like your lifestyle. She doesn't like what she hears. I assume that it's over. You're not going to file any more reports, are you, madam? I certainly hope not. Listen to me. I certainly hope. I'm speaking. You cannot listen to me when your mouth is moving. I certainly hope that before you file any other reports or call in reports to Child Protective Services, you will follow my good advice.
I will.
And petition the court for an order allowing you to see the children twice a month. And you set up and you pay for conjoint therapy with your two teenage children so that they can let you know what problems they have with you and what they would like to see you do to be more of a mother to them. Do you understand? Good. If you don't understand, she doesn't understand. That's a vacant look. I assume that means either she understands or she doesn't understand, but she doesn't like what I have to say. Either way, this case is over.
Understand.
Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I don't approve of that situation, and I just wanted to do what was best for my kids.
She's not a good mother, and she's abandoned the children, and she's done it on more than one occasion.
I was seeing my kids, everything was going okay until he came in the picture and stuck his nose in it.
No, before my partner was into it, we were going through the same problems. It's been that way since day one for the divorce.
When I first told him I wanted a divorce, ever since then, he's been one allegation after another.
We're just a normal, happy family. We have a nice home. The kids go to school. We go to church. Just like a normal family.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Aarons versus Anderson. Step forward.
20-year-old student Chris Aarons is suing his former friend, 20-year-old student Corey Anderson, for damaging the side view mirror on his Chevy Blazer.
How old are you, Mr. Aarons?
20 years old.
20 years. And you?
20 years old.
When did this incident happen, Mr. Aarons?
Back in August.
Date.
I'm not sure of the date.
Well, if it was important to you, you would remember the date.
Sorry.
Do you remember the date?
No, I do not.
Don't listen to me. Don't get comfortable.
This ain't gonna take long.
Right. All right, Mr. Aarons, according to your complaint, the defendant was a friend of yours. You were meeting up in a parking lot on some undisclosed date in August of last year. When you got there, I don't know, for some unearthly reason, you decided to bump his truck with your car, just for laughs. You gave it a little nudge. He got annoyed. He got out of his car, according to you, and jumped on the hood of your car, causing damage. Correct? That's what you're suing him for.
Yes.
And he says you started it, right?
Right.
Sounds right to me.
There was no damage to his car, and why?
Who cares? Why did you bump his car?
I was just doing it as a joke to get...
You were an idiot. You were an idiot.
It doesn't justify me having to pay $300 for the mirror that he broke.
Now, sometimes when you act like an idiot, there are consequences. If you're in a car that weighs thousands of pounds and you decide to scare your friend, because it's late at night, right? It did happen at night.
Yeah, so it wasn't that late.
In a parking lot. And you came up from behind him and gave him a little push. Is that what he did?
Yes.
Did you see him behind you?
Yes.
What did you think when he gave your car a little push?
Why in the world would you do that? Or why in the world would you get on my hood and kick my car and break my mirror?
Because you acted like a fool, Mr. Aarons.
So does that justify him acting like a fool and...
It does if I say it does.
Damaging my car?
It does if I say it does. There are consequences to behaving badly. As far as I'm concerned, if we're dealing in a court of equity, it would not justify him getting out of his car and coming over and punching you in the face, which he didn't do. He said, you disrespected my property, I'm going to disrespect yours.
Well, then
Is that pretty much what it was?
Correct.
Sounds right to me. Bye.
On the matter of Potter versus Prodi, parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat, please.
Mr. Prodi, how long have you been running this study abroad
program?
Around
6 years. 6 years.
And approximately how many students have you shepherded through your program in those 6 years?
Around 400.
How long is the study abroad program?
30 days or 90 days.
Ms. Potter, you signed up with Mr. Prodi for his study abroad program for how many days, 30 or 90?
90 days.
When? When were you supposed to study abroad and where?
The program lasted from February 6th, and it was supposed to go until May 8th.
And what was Mr. Proddy supposed to do pursuant to the contract you had with him with regard to the study abroad program?
He was supposed to provide housing, schooling, and weekend excursions, as well as several half-day excursions.
Can I see the contract?
What we have is the brochure that is stated
Fine.
everything.
Can I see it? Spring semester in Costa Rica. Well, let me tell you what it says. It says each student will have a private room with a pre-selected Costa Rican family and share bath facilities. Breakfast, dinner, and laundry services are included. This is an opportunity to learn Costa Rican customs with a native family while practicing the Spanish language. That's all it says about housing, correct? Okay. Were you placed with a family?
Yes, I was placed with the family.
And did you have a roommate?
Not at the beginning. My witness today, Kristen Tribby, moved into my house about a week into the program.
So then you did have a roommate?
Yeah, but not at the beginning.
And then, according to your complaint, you had a very unpleasant experience at some point. You'll tell me when that was, when you were robbed.
Mm-hmm.
The bottom line is you want your money back because
Yes.
you left. You decided to leave. You didn't feel safe anymore. You decided to leave. Mr. Proddy said that there is no refund policy with regard to this trip. You came. He provided you with your airfare. He provided you with lodging. And if you chose to leave, you chose to leave. Now, tell me first the day that you were robbed. What day was that?
That was on February 25th.
And what time of the day were you robbed?
It was actually in the evening.
Oh, at night? You were out at night?
Yes.
What time were you out?
We left our house at approximately 8 o'clock.
8 p.m.?
8 p.m. And the robbery occurred at about 8:15.
And where were you going?
We were going to the bus stop.
Had you been to that bus stop before?
Yes, every day. We took the bus every day. And any night that we went out, we also took the bus.
And so for at least 20 days, you had used that same bus stop without incident?
Yes.
And then on the 25th of February, tell me about the robbery.
Okay. Well, Kristen and I were waiting at the bus stop. And we had been there for about 10 minutes. The bus was apparently running late. And as we were standing there, 3 men approached us, and they came up to the bus stop, and they were standing at the bus stop like they were also waiting for the bus stop. And then they surrounded us, the three of them. Kristen and I were standing with our backs against, there was a school right behind us, and the wall and the gate to the school is right there, and we were standing there, and the 3 men encircled us. The one standing directly in front of us pulled out a pistol, a .22 caliber, and demanded that we give him our bags. Well, at this point, Kristen didn't really understand what he was saying because her Spanish is not as good. And
she understands gun.
She understands gun. She didn't see it at first. She didn't see it at first. It was very, very dark at our bus stop. Very dark at our bus stop. And so she was like, "What's going on?" And I said, "Kristen, run." And I was just freaked out, and I started running. And when that happened, they grabbed Kristen, put a screwdriver against her back, and then she just threw her purse at them. At that point, when I took off running, I started screaming to try to get people's attention. 2 cars stopped, and a family on the corner across the street from the bus stop came out of their house.
So and they helped you?
Yes, they did.
So they were nice people?
They were nice people. And after I ran and a car stopped, he came out. The guy came out of his car, and he was like, "Oh, did they rob you?" And I was like, "Yes."
All right, so you got robbed. You got robbed.
But I also got shot at, which is what I was trying to get to.
Get there.
Okay.
You weren't hit.
So, no, he did not.
Okay.
I
So
ducked
that
on
was
the
enough.
other side of a car.
All right. That
It was
was
dramatic.
enough. You had enough of Costa Rica.
Yeah.
You had
No, you know what? That's not the reason why we went home. I was
so
going
then
to
tell
say
me.
that's not
So
why.
then tell me. I mean, that's what you told me about in your complaint. Then tell me why you went home.
Okay. We called the police after this robbery took place. The police came to the house. They took a report. They ended up catching these individuals. In addition to the 3, there was a getaway driver. So there was 4 men total. 2 of them were adults. 2 of them were juveniles. So after they caught these guys, they came back to our house where they had dropped us off and said, "Will you come and be witnesses?" And we said, "Yes, of course. You know, of course, we want our stuff back. We want these guys to be punished." Well, when we got to the police station, all 4 of those men were standing in the room with us. No handcuffs on. And we were like, you know, why are these guys here? This isn't...
Yeah, this doesn't look like Law and Order.
Yeah, this, exactly.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I was also advised by Mr. Prati that it was not safe for me to stay in the country.
Is that right, Mr. Prati?
Well, I make the comment, if she was my daughter, I wouldn't have her down there.
Okay.
And later today...
Had you ever dated him?
He was my boyfriend.
It's your boyfriend, excuse me. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. The only one who laughs around here is Bird, when I make him laugh.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Ashley Potter says, while on an overseas study program in Costa Rica, she was robbed at gunpoint. She is suing business owner Marina Proti for the school trip.
What do you want from this man?
I want a refund of my money.
For what?
Well, I don't think that he gave us proper safety guidelines.
What?
He did not provide us...
Just a second. What do you mean proper safety guidelines that could have prevented 4 people who were hell-bent on committing an armed robbery, who drive into a neighborhood, who see 2 young women standing at a bus stop with pocketbooks and say, here we have 2 young girls. These look like 2 marks. I'm going to pull up the car. You get out, do your business, you pop back in the car, and then we're going to go to whatever neighborhood we live in. How could he have prevented that?
By warning us about not taking the bus at night.
How many times had you taken the bus at night before?
A dozen times.
And nothing happened, is that right?
Mm-hmm. But had I been warned that something could have happened, I never would have taken the bus at night.
I would have
How
old are you?
I'm 21. I was 20 at the time this
Miss
happened.
Potter, you mean somebody has to tell you that if you're out at night or if you're out during the day that somebody come up and rob you?
Oh, I'm
you
sure
do
it
watch
does.
the news.
Oh, I'm
you
sure
do
it
know
does.
that if you're standing at a bus or walking in the street and it's dark outside, you can get robbed. That's a possibility. I'm asking you, how do you equate that with it being his fault? If you're looking for someone to blame, blame the police in Costa Rica, because what you say is you weren't concerned, it was a bad enough tragedy that you were robbed, but you say that's not why you decided to leave. You decided to leave because of what happened in the police station. That's what you just told me.
I didn't decide to leave because of exactly what happened in the police station. I wanted to stay. I called the U.S. consulate in Costa Rica. They advised me to leave. I was also advised by Mr. Prati that it was not safe for me to stay in the country.
Is that right, Mr. Prati?
Well, she asked me what was my opinion after all what had happened to her, being exposed 3 times in front of the witness by police mistakes. I make the comment, if she was my daughter, I wouldn't have her down there. And
Good.
I was honest on that.
Okay.
She exposed
Got
herself.
it. He was giving you honest advice. That doesn't mean that he gives you your money back.
He offered us a refund.
So?
And he said from the first instance that it was his idea to give us a refund.
So?
He believed that we deserved a refund. He told me in his own words.
Just a second. So if he said he was going to give you a refund, why are you here in court?
Because I wasn't satisfied with the refund.
Oh, well, how much of a refund was he prepared to offer you?
He sent me a check for $842 out of the $4,595 that I spent to go there. I was there for 20 out of the 90 days that I was supposed to be there.
So the idea is he said to you, despite the fact that he's not required to give you a refund of any sort, he said, I'll give you something, even though it's not my fault. What happened to you?
Yes, we had a meeting with him.
Just a second. I'm just recapping. What do you want to say?
I'd like to say that he never previewed the house also. When we were coming back from the court, he said that he's never seen this house. It was a bad...
Listen to me.
Yeah.
How old are you?
25.
25. 25 years old as a grown-up. Is that right?
Yes, I am.
You moved in with her a week afterwards. Is that right?
Yes.
So you lived there for 15 days. And I assume that at least during part of that time you went out with her in the evening.
Yes, I did.
So in the 2 weeks that you were there, you got to know the neighborhood a little bit?
Somewhat.
Don't give me baloney. You got to know the neighborhood a little bit?
Yes.
If I was 25 years old and I thought something was not safe, I wouldn't live there. I would go someplace else.
I did move.
That's why she moved out of her first house.
Because it wasn't safe for us not to be walking together. He said, it's fine if you walk. At nighttime, just be together.
I'm not suggesting to you that anything that happened on that day, on the 25th of February, was your responsibility. You're entitled to travel freely. You should be entitled to walk the streets either here or in Costa Rica, wherever else you please, free from being accosted or robbed. I believe that that's your right. That doesn't mean that he's responsible. What you're looking to try to do is make him responsible. He is not responsible.
Have you seen a copy of the safety guidelines that he provided us with?
Hey, Miss Potter, you're going to have a long and happy life. Accept responsibilities for your own errors in judgment. If you felt, quiet, if you felt that this neighborhood was not safe and it was not safe after dark, then what you do, you stay home and play gin rummy. You don't go to a bus stop in the dark at 8 o'clock. That's all. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Thank you. I didn't go to travel to Costa Rica to be on my own and do my own thing and travel. I paid a certain amount of money because I expected safety.
By the time they arrived to a program this big with 9 different classes, professors, universities involved, etc., a lot of money had been spent already months before.
We had to walk by a crack house, boarded up to get to our house, as well as burnt out cars on the middle of the street.
I hope we all get lessons, and I think blaming each other won't solve anything. Basic, learn the lesson that be cautious, be careful, and be fair.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Sharp versus Urban. Step forward, please.
Warehouse worker Keith Sharp is suing his ex-girlfriend, caregiver Jeannie Urban, for having him falsely arrested for stealing her license plates.
Mr. Sharp, it is your claim that the defendant, who is a former friend of yours, had you arrested for stealing her license plates.
Correct.
And you really didn't steal her license plates, you just forgot to return them.
I called and had a junk.
You just...
Okay, we'll go with that.
So let me explain this to you, Bird. You ready?
I'm ready.
He was having some trouble with registering his car. Maybe he couldn't get it smogged. I guess that's what they call it here. He couldn't get it road ready. But he didn't want to get into any trouble.
Right.
Had you ever dated him?
He was my boyfriend.
It's your boyfriend.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Don't laugh. Don't laugh. The only one who laughs around here is Bird, when I make him laugh. Miss Urban over here, she had a car that she was getting rid of for some reason. So he said to her, listen, I can't use my plates on my car because I don't have current plates because I can't get the car registered. Right. So as long as you're getting rid of your car, could I borrow your plates? She says, okay, but you have to give them back to me tomorrow, next week. You have a week, a time frame, a narrow time frame. He takes her plates and puts them on his car.
That ain't right.
It isn't right either. And now, Mr. Sharp, you're going to tell me what happened. Tell me first, because Bird wants to know, when you gave her back the plates.
I never did, ma'am.
And ergo lies the problem.
Correct.
So tell me what happened to the plates.
They were on a car. I could never get the car road ready. So I called a couple of junkyards till I finally found one that would agree to come pick it up.
So at the time you called the junkyard, where were you?
I think I was at my mom's. I don't remember. Exactly. Okay, I could have been at my grandma's, or I could have been at my mom's, ma'am.
And how far does your mother live from your grandmother?
About 2 miles walking distance.
So you called the junkyard and you told them to come pick up the car?
Correct.
And they said they would?
Yes.
And this car had her plates on it?
Correct.
So let's keep going. I'm getting into this story.
Okay. Well, so anyway, it's like I've had cars picked up from junkyards.
I'm not interested in your editorializing, sir.
Okay.
I have another life other than this job. I want you to understand that. Just tell me the story. You called the junkyard. You were at either your mother's house or your grandmother's house. They live 2 miles apart, and you told them to come and pick up the car, and they agreed to come and pick up the car.
Correct. Well, I was going to give them some time before I took the plates off.
Why were you going to give them some time, sir?
To keep the car from getting any extra tickets while it sat there.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I just...
just a minute.
Okay.
I didn't say anything.
Okay.
I'm just looking at you. So you were going to give them some time.
Mm-hmm.
And?
Well, they came and got the car before I got around to taking the plates off.
And when did you find that out?
That I really can't tell you because...
Well, let's see. You were either at your mother's house or at your grandmother's house. They
like
lived 2 miles apart. The car was at your mother's house. Your mother must have said to you, if you were at your grandmother's house, gee, they came and took your car.
No.
They're pretty stupid.
No, I mean, they knew it was going to be picked up, so they didn't think nothing about it when it was picked up.
Well, either they're stupid or you're stupid.
Well,
which one is stupid, you or your mother?
Neither one of us.
Yeah, one of them's stupid. Because if the license plates are still on the car, right?
Correct.
Now, when she called you and told you that you wanted her plates back, did you tell her what had happened?
Like I say, at part of the time I was still driving.
Did you tell her
Yes.
what had happened?
She knew the car was going to a junkyard, yes.
No. Did you tell her that you had let the car go to the junkyard with her plates on it?
Yes.
Did he?
No, he did not.
No. Of course he didn't. He kept jerking you around. So you called the police and you said he stole my plates.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
That's what you're complaining about, that she had you arrested. And you were arrested and taken to jail?
Correct.
Did somebody explain to you what theft is, what larceny is?
Not what larceny is, but I do know what theft is.
Well, they're sort of synonymous. There's petty larceny, which is a little theft. There's grand larceny, which is a big theft. Then it escalates into robbery, which is a forcible. Larceny is a robbery. Okay. Larceny is when you either take or retain property without the owner's permission. Now, you took this property with the owner's permission.
Correct.
You retained it without her permission. Do you understand, sir?
Yeah.
Uncross your arms.
Has been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat.
Miss Dady, where did you meet Mr. Dickerson?
At a club.
When?
Around Thanksgiving time of 2000.
When did two of you start to date?
Shortly thereafter.
Did you ever live together?
Yes.
When?
That's a lie, Your Honor. She wanted me to live with him.
When?
He lived with me the first time he moved in. I had had a really bad truck accident. I was in a cast, had 3 pins in my right wrist. So he moved in with me to help me, well, help take care of me.
When?
In January of 2000.
No, that was 2001.
Excuse me, 2001, he's correct.
For about 3 weeks.
That's not living with you, that's staying with you to help you.
Correct.
Did you ever live together in an apartment that you shared where you paid joint rent?
We lived together, correct, but
I was never
always
on the lease with her, Your Honor.
But Mr. Dickerson, listen to me, sir.
She's lying.
Mr. Dickerson, I'm going to say this one more time, sir. I ask questions, you answer questions. If you choose to talk to each other and shout at each other, then you can do that outside. Inside, I run a very orderly, organized place. You got it?
Got it.
Good. Got what question I asked? Remember, such a lecture. I got my question. I can always backtrack. Okay. 2001, in January of 2001, he stayed with you for 3 weeks. Did you ever share an apartment together, even if you paid the rent?
Excuse me, he didn't live with me for 3 weeks. It was approximately 3 to 4 months. It was about 3 weeks after we had met that he moved in.
Okay, so he was helping you out for 3 or 4 months.
Correct. And all of his belongings were there, I mean clothing-wise.
Okay, then he moved out.
I asked
3 or
him
4
to.
months, you asked him to move out.
Yes, ma'am.
Why did you ask him to move out?
Well, I came home from a business trip to find a cute little blonde sitting on my couch. Which...
Okay, so that was in 2001.
Yes, ma'am.
And he moved out, but that didn't end the relationship because according to your complaint, the first loan you made to him was in 2003.
No, ma'am. The first loan that I made to him was in April of 2001, which was when he had asked me to lend him $440.
Miss Dady, give me the dates of the loans that you claim Mr. Dickerson made.
Okay, the first one was to pay...
2001, $400. To pay for what?
$440 to pay probation fees so he wouldn't have to go to jail the next morning.
Okay. What's next?
Then we broke up, and then he called me again two years later. Said that he had been born again, he'd done his probation, he had gone to rehab. In 2004 is when I loaned him the $900. He was having to go to work about 30 miles from our residence, and he was driving my BMW, and I didn't want him driving it any longer, so he had said that he had this car that he needed to get fixed, so could I give him the $900 to get it fixed, which I agreed upon.
Okay, what's next?
Then about 3 weeks later, he had gone for an interview at a pretty prestigious dealership and supposedly supposed to be offered a general manager job, which was supposed to be paying him netting $10,000 to $12,000 a month. Well, he wanted to have nice clothes and he wanted to have a nice car. And besides that, he didn't go and pick the Volvo up. Well, about 2 weeks later.
What do you mean he didn't go pick the Volvo up? I don't understand. What
because it wasn't fixed, but I was unaware of that. So
you gave him $900 to fix the car, and he never went and got the car.
Correct. So I went to the place that he had left it at, and actually talked to the owner. And the owner told me that he had in fact called his sister and left several messages in Galveston.
But he never went to pick up the car.
Correct.
So he had your $900 and they had his old car.
Exactly.
Got it. So then he needed nice clothes.
He needed some nice clothes and then a nice car. So it was our agreement that he was going to pay for the clothes. I was going to give him $1,800 for a down payment on a Camry.
So did you do that?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
So you gave him $1,800?
Yes, I did.
When was that?
The $900 was on 129 and the $1,800 was on 210.
What's next?
Then on Valentine's Day, he had been kind of whining about needing a cell phone because he has to make all these business calls and everything.
Whatever. You got him a cell phone.
Yes, ma'am. Our agreement was that I pay for the phone as a gift to him, and then he's going to pay the deposit and then be responsible for the monthly bills.
Well, so you were buying him that as a gift?
Yes, ma'am, and I'm not suing for that. But the $125 deposit, which I had to pay that day in order to get the phone activated, I paid.
What else?
Then he just did not pay the cell phone bills. What had actually happened...
So just a minute. So they didn't pay the cell phone bills. They turned off the cell phone. And what happened? You lost your deposit?
No, actually what ended up happening is I had the phone activated on the 15th of February.
Had it turned off on the 17th.
I had it turned off on the 26th.
You turned it off. So what happened?
Yes, ma'am. He somehow called Sprint and had the phone turned back on because I understood he was making drug calls. And I know nothing about any of that. I've never even seen one, let alone done one.
I don't know what else you want with regard to the cell phone. Just tell me what you're suing for with regard to the cell phone.
The 2 monthly bills, the February and the March bill, that he's responsible for.
Well, why is it on your bill?
It's not. He has a separate billing.
So?
That indicates his phone. Our agreement was that he was going to be responsible for the monthly bills.
Just a second. He was going to be responsible, but you put it on your account.
Correct.
It's amazing to me. I can understand it when somebody is, 21 years old and stupid, but you're a grown woman.
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Mr. Dickerson, now I'll hear you, sir. She wants to hold all this money from you.
Okay, Your Honor, all this is she wanted me to stay there.
Listen to me. Just start with the probation fees.
She gave me the money for the probation fees. I went down and paid, came back. A couple of months later, I decided to move out on my own because I wasn't ready for that type of relationship, and she never did understand that. And she would always try to buy me and control me with that way. That's why she turned off the cell phone 3 days later after she got it.
Don't interrupt him.
That's why she turned off.
Let's get to the $900 she gave you to fix you a Volvo.
And I bought the Volvo.
You bought the Volvo?
Yes, I did.
Well, I understand that, but then it broke down, and you said you needed to have it fixed.
The car's still running. No. My cousin's still using it.
No. Don't interrupt. I'm sorry. But then she gave you another $1,800 for Camry.
Now, think about this, Your Honor.
No. I'm just asking you.
Okay.
What was the $1,800 for?
Because she wanted me to look good.
Drugs.
Shh. Miss...
I'm sorry.
Don't say you're sorry again, because I'm going to throw you out.
If I owed you all this money, why would you continue to loan me money if I owed it to you?
You're absolutely right, Mr. Dickerson. That's the only smart thing you just said to me. That's my question. Why would an intelligent, mature woman keep giving you money when starting in 2001 you never paid her a dime back and she just kept giving you money and giving you money and giving you money? And I have to wonder whether there was ever a legitimate expectation that you were going to get any of this money back.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Do you think that she's bothering you?
Yes.
And later today...
They wouldn't let me do traffic school if you already did it in the last 18 months.
And you had done it in the last 18 months?
Yeah.
Because you had another speeding ticket?
No, because I had my accident.
Sounds to me like you're an accident looking to happen.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Janet Dady says ex-boyfriend Jimmy Dickerson owes for 2 car loans and a cell phone. Jimmy says Janet was trying to control him with money.
It would seem to me that a woman like you would know after 4 years that he's a taker. And any money that you give to him is like throwing money down the sewer. You're never going to get it back.
May I say something?
Sure.
Judge Judy, when we were only together, you know, and he gave me the $440, then we broke up. I told him to leave because of his behavior and because he never ever went to work.
Miss Dady, you're telling me that he never worked. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
That he couldn't hold a job, a continuous job, probably because he had a drug problem?
Yes, ma'am.
You picked him.
2 years later, after he had convinced me that he had in fact changed, I thought I would give him a second chance.
You wanted to give him a second chance. So within the first month, he needs $900. Just think of what you did. You gave him $900 because the goodness of you say he's clean, he's sober, he's everything else, right? We're going to give him $900 so we can get his car out of the shop. And then you don't see the car. And then according to you, you went down to the shop and they said he never came to pick it up. So he's got your $900. What do? You give him another $1,800.
The only reason I gave him the additional $1,800, Your Honor, is because he had gone to an interview. He was supposedly supposed to be hired as the new used car manager, netting $10,000 to $12,000
and who told you that?
A month. Him.
I rest, you know, if I were a lawyer, I would say I rest my case. Miss Dady, I hate it when women are taken advantage of. But I hate it worse when women act stupid and allow themselves to be taken advantage of. Now let me hear about your counterclaim in 30 seconds or less.
The reason I have so many jobs, Your Honor, because she would show up on my job at any time doing donuts in the parking lot, demanding to see me.
I don't want to hear you.
I don't know how she finds out where I work. I mean...
Let me tell you something, sir. You think that she's bothering you?
Yes.
You think you took advantage of her?
No.
When you take money from somebody, and you took money from her because, according to you, she wanted to keep you around, is that right?
Basically, yeah.
Just a second. You think she wanted to keep you around because she legitimately cared for you?
Yes.
And you cared for her or not?
No.
So you took her money. You knew that you didn't care for her the same way. Does that make you a good person or a bad person?
A bad person. You know,
right! Well, that's another smart thing that you said, Mr. Dickerson.
This is the...
And let me tell you something else, Mr. Dickerson. Bad people, when they come into court, you don't come into court and cry, she's stalking me, she's harassing me. Well, maybe she just got fed up with you. She got fed up with being taken. Not nice. Did you file a police report?
No.
Mr. Dickerson?
No, ma'am.
So it evidently didn't bother you that much, sir, that she was coming and doing donuts with her car in the parking lot.
I didn't want to hurt her.
Oh, that's good. So why would you want to hurt her now?
I don't want to hurt her now.
Good. Your counterclaim's dismissed. Thank you very much. Smarten up, Miss Dady.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
She just saw it because she gave me the money.
He's a user.
And she didn't get the return on that she thought she would.
And he's a loser.
I didn't want to be with you.
I'm a survivor.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Kirkland versus Polson. Step forward, please.
Linda Kirkland is suing her daughter, 19-year-old Laura Polson, for the balance on a car. Laura says her mother agreed to make payments while she was going through a divorce.
Miss Kirkland, this is your daughter. What's your first name?
Laura.
Your complaint says that you purchased a car for her with the understanding that she would make the payments on the car.
Correct.
But then you stopped making payments on the car. The car was, in fact, totaled, and your mother is at in excess of $5,000. Yes. That we agree on. Is that right? So what I'd like you to do is tell me what your defense is.
Well, the only reason why I stopped making payments is because I fell into financial. I got divorced and had to move back home. She said I could move back home with her. So I moved back in with her, and she said that until I got a job and I got back stable on my feet, that I wouldn't have to pay her the monthly payments on the car, that it would be okay. She would help me out as my mom, you know, she would help me out.
Well, that was nice of her.
Right.
So you moved home and you were how old?
19.
And what were you doing?
Well, I didn't get a job until my 19th birthday, and I moved home in September.
When did you get a job?
In October.
Well, that's a month.
Right.
Were you paying rent?
No.
So whatever money you were earning, you had for yourself.
Right. Well, I had accumulated a lot of bills while I was married, and he wasn't helping me pay them.
Like what?
Well, there was 3 credit card bills, our wedding rings we were still paying off, a watch that he had bought, and we had also a second car. And in November...
Who was driving the second car?
He kept it when I left him in September. he wouldn't release the car to me. It wasn't in my name, it was in his name and my mother's name. So the cops wouldn't release it to me.
Well, if they would release it to your mother.
Right. But she just said it would just be better if I took the Honda and he took the Expedition and he would pay for that. And I would pay her for the Honda once I got more stable.
Well, now you're getting stable. So what happened?
Well, in October I got a job, and she said I still don't have to pay her. I could wait a couple more months until at least some of my bills were close to getting paid off.
What?
Well, I didn't actually let her not pay the car payment for a few months to let her get caught up on bills, but she had pretty much destroyed the car, and I let her not pay it so she could build up money for the deductibles for all of the damage that was done to the car.
What kind of damage did you do to the car?
She got assaulted before she got married. The guy came back and did more damage to the vehicle, so there were 2 claims there. And then Good Samaritan took a friend home from a party in the middle of the night and caused an accident. And so the car was pretty messed up. So I let her...
You left that all out?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're in December. What happens in December, Miss Paulson?
Well, in November, Jeremy had been being late on the other car payments, so my mom took it back from him and let me drive that, and I was making payments on that because we have a loan on that, so she said it'd be better to pay for that instead of getting it repossessed, and you just wait on the Honda a little bit more until you could afford both.
So how many payments did you make on Jeremy's car?
I think I paid on it November and December.
What do you mean you think?
I'm not real sure.
How many car payments did you make?
I think 1.
Where is that car now?
Her husband has it.
He caught up on the payments, or
he is caught up on the payments. She pretty much abandoned it on January 1st. We got into a big fight. She took off in the Honda. Well, she didn't take off in the Honda. The police let someone come and take her in the Honda because her license had been suspended.
For what?
I had got a speeding ticket.
And?
And they just sent me a notice that said that I had to pay until, or else my license would get suspended. So I sent the money in, and it still got suspended.
So what did you do about it?
Well, I was going to do traffic school, but they wouldn't let me do traffic school if you already did it in the last 18 months.
And you had done it in the last 18 months?
Yeah.
Because you had another speeding ticket?
No, because I had my accident. She had told you about.
Sounds to me like you're an accident looking to happen. So far, I haven't heard a legitimate reason why you don't owe your mother this money.
Well, she had told me that I could wait until I was financially back on my feet. And I was paying for the Expedition, and I had went on a trip with my friends in December, and I guess she was mad because she didn't give me permission to go. So she was upset about it, and when I came back, I came back on January 1st, and when I woke up in the morning, there was steering wheel locks on both cars. So I walked to my friend's house, and they drove me over there, back to my mom's house, and I had brought in the police there to release the Honda to me because it's in my name.
There's no such word as brought in.
That's brought? Right.
Keep going.
And the cops came, and they told her she had to release the Honda to me. And 2 days later, my friend was in it, and he took off in it without my permission whatsoever. I had told him numerous times that he was not to even start my car.
And?
And he crashed it into a house, and it was totaled.
Who do you live with now?
I live with my boyfriend.
Now we have a boyfriend. So you have a boyfriend and a husband. Is that right?
Well, I'm separated, legally separated, and I'm
waiting. You mean you're separated in court? A court issued an order of separation?
No.
Well, then you're not legally separated.
Well, I'm separated, but I have to go through the divorce. I did all my paperwork.
Listen to me. You're living with your boyfriend. What does he do for a living?
He's a mechanic.
You had to look up at the sky to figure out what he did? What does he do for a living?
He's a mechanic.
And what do you do?
I'm a secretary.
So why haven't you started to pay your mother back for the car?
I just got my job on Monday. And
what were you doing before that?
I haven't been working.
Why not?
I lost my job in December, and I've been looking for work.
Get a job as a packer in a grocery store. What are you doing, sitting home, doing nothing?
Well, I've been looking for a job. No one's called me back.
I'm looking for a job. I'm looking for a job. What can I tell you? What do you still owe?
$6,165.52.
You understand that the limit court can order is $5,000 judgment. Is that right?
I understand that.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may